The vision of Parah came as a result of my waiting experience. After marriage, I waited for 8 years, and we did all manner of things. We did medical, we did even spiritual, and at a point we had to go through some treatments, and after which I gave birth to a baby girl. And immediately after the birth of my daughter, Ineoluwa Naomi Ujukoya, God told me that I should start encouraging families that are still in the waiting room and going through the same challenge. And that was how Parah started.
In our country, there is a general misconception about infertility, as though it's a cause that cannot be treated. You have that on one hand, and you also have on the other hand the promise of God to His creation that they should multiply, they should bring forth.
Infertility itself could be due to problems with the man or problems with the woman. Sometimes these problems could be combined. A few times they can be unexplained, by which time we do a lot of investigations and we don't find anything.
I was looking for fruit of the womb, and after 2 years of marriage, me and my husband have gone through many medical tests, and everything says that everything is okay.
Before I came to Parah, I did so many things. I went to doctors, gynecologists, herbal homes, churches, but none of them was fruitful.
I've been married for 9 years now. Been having issues, with conception. I actually got pregnant 2 years after my marriage, but lost the baby at about 23 weeks.
We were believing God for fruitfulness, but after 3-4 years, nothing was forthcoming. It was just about the time, we got worried and we're trying to figure out how to go about it, that Parah came in, or Mrs. Dayo. We just had the chance to meet Mrs. Dayo.
Parah Family Foundation is a support group for those waiting on God to have their own children. It has been a very challenging task, but God has given us the grace day after day.
We've been part of Parah family for some years now, and we really thank God for the impact that Parah has been able to make in the lives of couples who've been waiting to have a baby. We also were married for 11 years before our daughter was born, so we understand that couples actually need someone to talk to, they need the right counsel, and they need to be united.
The objective has been to approach this in a three-dimensional way. One is to speak to the godly part of it, unveiling what the biblical promises are with respect to what God can do, and then having people to trust God and patiently wait for Him prayerfully. Then you bring in the medical side of it, where in the meetings you bring in specialists who understand reproductive sciences, those who understand the nutritional aspect of the way we eat, the way we live, and the impact that has on our ability of our bodies to bear. And then on the third part is really counseling on family life, where experiences are shared amongst those who have been through this, just to teach people the way they ought to live between husband and wife and co.
It's always refreshing to attend meetings, hear what they have to say, pray with some people who have the same issues. Parah is a good support system.
I came into Parah as a waiting mother, and with the words that I heard in Parah, my faith was stirred up.
I can remember the very first meeting I had was the topic was centered on the family, and one of the major lessons I took away from that very meeting was that we needed, as a couple, even as an expectant or a waiting couple, that the peace of the home, the environment, a peaceful environment and an enabling environment in the home fosters love and eventually helps intimacy and aids fertility.
My experience in the last 6 years with Parah has been amazing. I've learned so much. I've been opportune to serve a lot of couples. I've come to totally share the burden of many waiting couples, and it has been an amazing privilege that God has given us in Parah.
So many options are available for families even to treat the infertility. And so we have the doctors, that are partnering with us to also provide solutions, to counsel and to let the families know these are the options available for them. And some, they don't even have to go through treatment like IVF. It might just be like they have infection and they need to treat it, and after the treatment, they get results. So these are some of the things, impacts that Parah Family Foundation has been making on people that have come around us in these last 6 years.
She said, you will do IVF treatment and you will carry your child. IVF that they said it used to fail. And me and my husband, we even earn less than 100,000 in a month. How are we going to afford IVF? I thought that we cannot afford IVF treatment. She said yes, she knows that we cannot afford IVF treatment, but we should ask help from Parah.
We have doctors that are partnered with us to subsidize fertility treatment.
IVF happens to be the last bus stop for every fertility problem. People that are postmenopausal or that have ovarian failure, either primary ovarian failure from any of the causes or secondary ovarian failure as a result of age, can benefit from third-party assisted conception. Also, even people that don't have uterus again, are not able to carry a pregnancy, can also benefit from gestational surrogacy. So the evolution of IVF has actually helped in the management of complex fertility problems. Now, anybody can have a child.
When we finished the treatment, doctor told us to come back after 2 weeks for our test. We went back, me and my husband. My husband even stand outside the hospital. And the doctor just give me the news, just break the news as that, Madam, you are pregnant. I didn't hear. It was like maybe they are talking to another person. Doctor says, I'm talking to you, that you are pregnant. I wanted to blow.
I received a word in Parah. A man of God was invited to talk to us one of the meetings, and he said something that there's somebody here. When you are going to put to bed, not even a dime would you pay, and that was just my testimony. Miraculously, everything about hospital bills were all settled, miraculously. So I just want to thank God, because God confirmed His word in Parah.
There was a meeting we attended, I and my husband. So immediately we came in, there was a minister ministering. He was almost rounding up though. So I just whispered to my husband that it's like we just came to share the grace. But just as he was about to close his ministration, he looked into the crowd and beckoned on my husband to stand up. So when he called my husband up, he now told my husband to take his handkerchief. And my husband collected it from him. And then he began to prophesy unto my husband and told him that very soon that he will have his children surround him. I took it with faith, and I believed that God will answer us through that prophecy. So shortly, I got pregnant and I gave birth to my baby boy.
God has surprised us. We have several children. We have lost count of babies that we've had in Parah.
And when I hear people that have been barren for many, many years, having twins, triplets, all in good health and in good condition, I just give God all the glory.
The treatment was fully sponsored, everything. They've just been amazing.
The greatest challenge or challenges we have in Parah Family Foundation has to do with, families that cannot afford treatment.
How we wish that the government of today can look at areas of supporting families that are going through the fertility problems so that their dreams can be bettered.
They've been our partners for 4 years, and at least twice in a year they visit the kids. All the members of the Parah Foundation spend quality time with the children. They pray with them, and then they donate to them as well. And this they've done for 4 years consistently.
For those waiting to conceive, you've seen what is happening around you. Don't despair. Your time is coming.
Coming to share your experience, coming to share your pains, and knowing which area of this, that we have to work with you. It's a journey, and you need people to work with you.
For those waiting to conceive, I want to say they shouldn't lose hope. They should be more friendly and take care of the kids around them. They should trust in God Almighty. And they can also look at the option of adopting a child.
I will encourage them to adopt, because this also have a way of reducing the tension of having to wait for year in, year out. And we've had even our members that have adopted, and even after the adoption, they still get pregnant.
Coming to Parah made me to have hope.
Parah, we thank you, Mrs. Dayo. You are a wonderful woman. We love you. We appreciate all you've done. You are a mother to many nations, and you will reap the fruit of your labor.
I really want to appreciate Parah Family Foundation for everything they've done, for the support. They've really been very, very supportive in every way you can imagine, every single way.
I give thanks to God of Parah Family Foundation. I'm now a mother.